Have you ever wondered how a government can truly protect its farmers and at the same time make sure that ordinary citizens get safe, reliable food every single day? Have you ever asked yourself whether it is possible for a country to take bold action that supports local industries, strengthens the economy, improves people's health, and give hope to young farmers who are struggling to survive? Well, in Burkina Faso today, the answer is yes and yes. It is very possible. Now, under the strong leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, something is happening and we are diving right into it. Hello everyone, welcome to Talks by Kate. If this is your first time coming here, please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, like, comment, state your opinion, and also share, okay, so that you keep getting news happening across Africa. Now today I want to share with you a story, a very powerful and inspiring story from the heart of West Africa. A story about tomatoes, farmers, factories, leadership, and the future of food security. For many years, tomatoes grown by hard-working farmers in Burkina Faso were being exported to other countries. At first glance, this might sound like a good thing. Yes, just because exports can bring money into the country. Of course, it can actually bring money. But when you look deeply, you begin to understand the hidden problem. When too many tomatoes are exported, take note of this, local factories are left without enough raw materials to process. This means fewer jobs, less production of tomato paste and sauces, and higher risks that citizens may end up consuming unsafe or imported products. Families who depend on affordable local food begin to suffer. Farmers who depend on stable buyers begin to struggle. Young people who want to work in agriculture begin to lose hope. This is the reality that the government decided to confront. Now, under the direction of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the authorities made a bold and strategic decisions. They stopped the export of fresh tomatoes. Yes, so there is a ban on tomato export in Burkina Faso. This was not just a simple policy announcement, it was a calculated move designed to protect farmers, strengthen local industries, and improve national food security. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Handicraft, together with agricultural authorities, signed an official order giving exports a 2-week grace period starting March 16, 2026 to complete an existing shipment. After that, all export permits will become invalid. This showed that the government was serious, organized, and determined. Yes. So if after those 2 weeks you're not done with your agreement, with your shipment contract, just know that it is over for you. But now, what happens if someone ignores the rule? The authorities made it very clear. Any tomato confiscated from people who break the law will be redirected to local processing factories. This is part of a broader initiative known as popular shareholding, a system where ordinary citizens are encouraged to invest in local companies and benefit from their growth. This approach is powerful because it makes development participatory. It means the success of local industries is not only in the hands of politicians or investors, but also in the hands of everyday people. And that is exactly what Ibrahim Traoré is fighting for. It creates a sense of ownership, pride, and responsibility. Now, to ensure compliance, the government mobilized inspection teams, technical staff, and security forces. They even went as far as providing toll-free phone numbers where citizens could report violations. This level of organization shows that leadership is not only about making decisions, but also about ensuring those decisions are implemented effectively. Now, families, this is what governance look like. Yes, this is what governance look like when it is focused on results. Now, let us take a moment to understand why this decision matters even more when we look at what is happening in other parts of the region. Let's take Ghana for instance. Some farmers have been forced by difficult conditions to use dangerous chemicals. On crops like tomatoes. The chemicals can harm the farmers who apply them and the citizens who consume the produce. When agricultural support systems fail, this is what happens. Farmers often feel abandoned. Yes, they take risks because they have no alternatives. This is not because they want to harm anyone. No, that is not the reason. It is simply because survival becomes their priority. There is an organization in Burkina Faso called the Burkina Faso, and together with the volunteer groups, they are stepping in to teach safer farming techniques, promoting sustainable agriculture and protecting public health. Their work is admirable and shows the power of community action. Now, family, the tomato export restriction is already creating positive ripple effects. Local processing factories now have better access to raw materials. Production lines can operate more consistently, and workers feel more secure about their jobs. Farmers have guaranteed buyers within the country, and citizens, they gain access to locally processed products that are often fresher and safer. This is how one policy can touch many lives. Recently, something happened. Now, Ibrahim Traoré always encouraged his leaders to go to the field and supervise. Don't just give orders and sit in the office. No, Ibrahim Traoré has always been against that. And this is what happened after he trained his ministers to go out in the field. Prime Minister Emmanuel Wajogo visited the Burkina Faso tomato company in Boasso. His visit was not just symbolic. It was a message of encouragement. He interacted with workers, managers, and investors, reminding them that their work is part of a national mission. He actually described the factory as a source of pride and emphasized its role in job creation and economic transformation. Now, he also encouraged citizens to invest in strategic sectors like gold mining and agriculture, highlighting the importance of diversification. Families, we must understand something very important. This is very important. Food is not just about filling the stomach. No, food is also medicine. The quality of what we eat affects our health, productivity, and longevity. Unsafe farming can lead to long-term health problems that strains family and healthcare system. And this is what Ibrahim Traoré is against. By supporting safe farming, local processing, and responsible policies, Burkina Faso is taking steps to protect both present and future generations. This is very important. Very important. Farmers may also benefit from financial support programs to help them cover costs such as seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, and tools. With this, it reduces the pressure to sell crops prematurely or adopt unsafe shortcuts. It encourages sustainable production cycles and builds resilience against climate shock. During his factory visit, the Prime Minister observed something. He observed the professionalism of employees who are motivated by a sense of trust and responsibility. This trust between citizens and leadership is a powerful drive of development, and that is what Ibrahim Traoré has always wanted. He wants a collaboration between the citizens and the authorities. He wants them to work together, and this is actually happening. Now, families, let us look clearly at three major importance of this action for the citizens of Burkina Faso. Firstly, it strengthens food security. How does it happen? By keeping more tomatoes within the country, local supply increases, making food more available and potentially more affordable. Secondly, it supports job creation and economic growth. Factories that process tomatoes can expand operations, employ more workers, and contribute more taxes to national development. And thirdly, what I notice is that it improves public health. When local authorities monitor production and processing closely, the risk of harmful chemicals or unsafe imports is reduced, protecting the well-being of families across the nation. Now, as we reflect on this story, family, we also see a broader lesson for Africa. Governments, farmers, investors, and citizens must work together. Development is not a one-man journey. That is what Ibrahim Traoré said. It is not a one-man journey. According to Ibrahim Traoré, it is a collective effort that requires vision, discipline, and participation. Now, under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is experimenting with policies that prioritize local value addition and citizens' involvement. It means the citizens are involved in it. Whether these policies will succeed in the long term would depend on consistent implementation, transparency, and adaptability. But one thing is clear: the conversation about food sovereignty and economic independence is gaining momentum. Families, thank you for staying with me until this moment. Your support allows me to continue sharing real stories from across Africa. If you are new here, please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you so much. And remember this: what we eat matters, what we support matters. When policies protect farmers, strengthen industries, and safeguard health, everyone wins. Thank you so much and have a nice day.